Hello everybody and welcome back. This is Minecraft Bedrock Edition Beta and Preview 1.19.20.0.20. Wait, 1.20.0.22. I am getting confused. And because this is obviously a 1.20 beta and preview, which is really exciting, of course. And anyways, right before we get in, I really just want to say, we have really exciting news. The entire new soundtrack for Minecraft 1.20 literally just dropped, like, 5 minutes before I started recording this video. I will link that in the description for you guys, so you guys can check that out after watching this, of course. As well as Minecraft Bedrock Edition 1.19.80. The full release of that has also finally been released, and I'll link that in the description too, I suppose. Anyways, today, there we are covering, of course, just 1.20.0.22. I said it right that time. Anyways, now there is, before we start off, once again, a known issue with this beta and preview, and that is the fact that players might sometimes be unable to connect to LAN sessions hosted by players on Windows or Xbox. And of course, Mojang is working on fixing this, and this is only the case for this beta and preview, of course. So if you're not playing betas and previews, you should still be able to join multiplayer worlds with friends. Anyways, as I just said, we've gotten some new music, and all these tracks are by Aaron Cheroff. And these tracks will play in the Jungle Groves biome, the Desert biome, the Jungle biome, the Mesa biome, and the Flower Forest biomes. So these are kind of biome specific, which means that you won't be able to hear them in all biomes. And these are A Familiar Room, Bromelad, Crescent Dunes, and Echo in the Wind. And now we also actually have a fifth one, which is called Relic. And that one, I'm not sure, because it's not getting listed anywhere, but it has been released with the same thumbnail as all the other videos, and is part of the Minecraft soundtrack, so that might be a music disc. That would be really cool. It doesn't say anything about it here, though, so I'm still kind of confused about that. If you guys know anything, please let me know down in the comments. Anyways, so as for these suspicious blocks, sugarcanes, cacti, and dead bushes can now all be placed on suspicious sand. Bamboo can now be placed on suspicious sand and gravel as well. And sugarcane and bamboo can now be placed on moss blocks. So, as for archaeology, we've got a bunch of changes with that. Archaeology is definitely what's been tweaked most. So, they've added sniffer eggs to loot in warm ocean ruins. As well, you can get them as loot from suspicious blocks. Trail ruins no longer generate partially exposed, so you'll always still be able to see them, but they won't just be completely exposed. The loot tables for suspicious gravel inside the trail ruins no longer has a duplicate entry for bricks. They've added a new music disc. Oh, Relic by Aaron Cheroff. There we are. Now I understand. Okay, that is great. Love to see that. They've reworked the trail ruin structures once again, as we have seen in the past few weeks, based on community feedback. Sand no longer generates within suspicious. Sand in general no longer generates within trail ruins, and this is something that we also actually saw happen on Java Edition. They've tweaked the amount of suspicious gravel that generates within the structures, and they've renamed pottery shards to pottery sherds, once again just like we saw last week on Java. As for the pitcher plant, they fixed an issue where the texture's dyes appear darker, and the crafting dye from the pitcher plant now results in you getting 2 of them instead of 1, because of course the plant is too high, so it would make sense to receive 2, right? And brown mushroom cows can now also eat torch flowers, which is cool. As for the sniffer, it can now be actually tempted with torchflower seeds. So you can hold torchflower seeds in your hand, and sniffers will come towards you, and you can lead them places. Sniffers now rather breed than search and dig for items, or be tempted. Sniffers can no longer search and dig inside of water, and they've made the sniffer's walk cycle smoother, which I think is a welcome change. So you can now once again fly whilst standing under stairs in creative mode, and bees no longer make the player eating sound when eating, which was a really weird bug. I saw that myself, and that was kind of goofy. Anyways, they've also added some new splash texts for the Trails and Tails update. If you don't know what splash texts are, it's basically the small yellow text that appears alongside the Minecraft logo once you boot up Minecraft. Coordinates will not show up on the new death screen when the show coordinates message is enabled. They've added some new loading screen tips as well for the Trails and Tails update, and they've added certain exclamation marks to splash texts where there were exclamation marks on Java Edition but not on Bedrock, and the tooltip for dismounting camels on mobile has been updated to match the ones for the other rideable mobs. Then we also have Sculk sensor phases, and Sculk sensors as well as calibrated Sculk sensors will have 3 different phases: inactive, active, and cooldown. The default phase is going to be inactive, and this phase lasts until the block receives a vibration. During this phase, the block is able to listen to nearby vibrations until one has been scheduled for it to receive. When a scheduled vibration is received, the block switches to the active phase. This phase lasts 30 game ticks, and 1 second is 100 ticks, and 30 game ticks for Sculk sensors and 10 for calibrated Sculk sensors. And during this phase, your Sculk sensor will not be able to receive any new signals, as it is going to be busy processing the received signal for a third of a second. So after the active phase is finished, the block switches to a cooldown phase, and this lasts for 10 game ticks, which is 1/10 of a second. And during this phase, the block will keep, as it says in the changelog, wiggling its tendrils, but it will no longer submit a redstone signal. And then finally, once that phase is finished, the block will switch back to the inactive phase. And now previously these phases were all kind of undefined, and they had different timings as well. And basically, that's it for the changes in this beta and preview. The changelog for this will be linked down in the description for you guys to check out. Of course, together with the new Minecraft 1.20 soundtrack and Minecraft Bedrock Edition 1.19.80, which has just been released as well. Anyways, for right now, that's all. And also, of course, remember that if you want to check out more stuff in detail, then, of course, check the changelog 2. We've got all the technical updates there. I never really go over those, but you can check those out if you want to. And also in the changelog, every single bug report of all the bug fixes that I've listed, those are all linked there as well if you want to check those out. But that's basically it, guys. For right now, thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.